Let me take a look at the charms and see if I can find it.
Oh, it's this map again. You know what? I think I'm gonna... I was gonna try to play the other side, right? But when I look at it, where... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so...
Oh, it's called Rotten the Cat. I do have it. It's a cat in a leather jacket with a mohawk. It's kind of cute. I like it. Matches have been good, Southern guy. They've been pretty solid. I mean, lots of crybabies though tonight. I'll say that. There's been a lot of crybabies on.
Yeah, a lot of toxic, mean people in the in-game chat.
I mean, people just in the endgame chat who can't stand losing to a nurse, you know? Nah, he's got a video up on his channel, I think. Have you posted it yet?
What?
That video.
The what?
The one with the mean people in it.
No, it's not public yet.
No, okay.
Which one? Which one was that? The ones on RPD?
I mean,
there's been so many.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, there were the ones on RPD that literally came to my chat and was like, "Oh, GG easy," and then there was the one from the other game that I won. I don't know. It's just been all mean people, mean individuals, mean-spirited individuals. Someone's behind this rock.
She should be, because it's too easy to kill up here. Well, I mean, you get the same value from Blight, though, sometimes. And sometimes the Blight's chase potential is actually better than the Nurse's. So it's kind of like, I mean, if you get rid of the Nurse, then you have to kind of go after Blight's Spirit and every one of the, you know, it's kind of top tier killers with chase potential. So, you know, I don't think Nurse is alone in that category. Oh yeah, people do DC sometimes. If they see that you're winning, or they do something tricky, and you counter it, they'll usually leave. If they don't feel like they can win. I see a lot of that, prisoners. Definitely. I also see people just randomly DC for no reason at all. A lot of AFK type stuff. Yeah, it happens. I mean, it's just the nature of solo queue. That you have to deal with a lot of crap, you know? There's not much you can do about it either. Oh, he's cheating.
Oh.
I got a cheater lobby. Hey, I got the same kind of lobby I got that one night when we got the cheaters.
The immediate kill bot.
Yeah, immediate kill bot again, dude. This time it's a doctor. Yeah, they even signed it. Oh, that's so sweet. Well, I guess the exploiters are back out in force. It happens. Yeah, no, I was commentating on games earlier. I'm just sort of hanging out. I just tried to jump into a game because lately it seems like I've been running into more cheaters. Because he has a video. Trolling posted a video yesterday, was it? With the cheater? Or maybe it was the day before, I don't remember. He posted this video of this cheater we went against. And this guy just basically one-hooked everyone and killed them immediately. And that's exactly what just happened 2 seconds ago. But yeah, that's I don't know. I think we're at that time of the night. That's why. At that time of the morning. And DBD has once again lost complete control over their ability to block cheaters. So you know, it's getting nutty. She got yanked off that gen pretty solidly. Trying to lure you away here. Yeah, I wouldn't take that chase exactly. Yeah, I'd go after her. Exactly. Exactly. Very good. Put her right back over there too. That's a risky move, Cotton. I'd stay away from that pallet.
Get this one. Who thinks she's all fancy with her head on?
Shit. Like what I'm seeing. She's playing it well enough, but the other guy can't get the gen done quickly enough. I don't think I would take this chase.
Which gen? He's probably at the main building, gen.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He can't finish the gen in time, though, is what I'm saying. So in a way, you're in a good position to do this chase, to take this chase. I mean, yeah, and she's got nowhere to go from here. It's a free hit. She kind of boxed herself into the corner there. That was her fault. For being silly. That was a silly move. You need to stay around the walls, not around the rocks. The rocks are too easy to swing past. She would have been better off running for that jungle gym than sitting around that.
Not even here. I'm surprised.
He's in the main building.
I thought that main gen would be cranking like halfway at least.
No.
There's nothing.
Not. Well, they threw then. They threw the end. I guess that's that then. If they're not going to work on anything, then they're just giving you the win. Well, I guess I'll have a Coke then.
I feel like he could have had that gen at least with 50% by now, if not even more.
Trolling. What's your top tip for nurse?
Man, I don't know. There's a lot of tips, but if I had to just pick one, I think safe blinking is really important. Not like, you know, like if I see them running from this way to that way around this rock, instead of trying to cut them off this way, tail blink behind them. Like positioning your first blink in a spot that puts you in the best position no matter what they do, which is not easy to do. But you want to position your first blink in a place that will allow you to react with your second blink in a way where if they hold W and keep going forward, you could still use your second blink to go forward. And if they double back, you're still in a good spot where you can react and catch them. So it's easier said than done, but it's like blink positioning and not trying to be too eager, kind of like patience and really trying to place your blink carefully, which is very difficult. Like when they're going behind objects and stuff and you have no idea where they are, sometimes you're forced to predict. So it's like the opposite of prediction blinking. So if I'm prediction blink and I saw her run from this way, that way, and I just blindly think, oh, she's going to be here, but she double backed and went that way and gained all this distance, it's like a prediction blink. And sometimes you're forced to do it. But if you can safe blink and always try to keep line of sight, I feel like that's pretty essential.
No doubt.
Because it goes contrary to what you want to do, you know?
Certainly, I think one of the things that helped me when I was starting nurse was he's behind that wall.
I know. He's
creeping around there. I think one of the things that helped me is learning to save your second blink. So when you're traversing the map, traverse with your first blink and wait for the second blink to recharge. Don't just spend the second blink.
Yeah, that's another thing. So it's like if I use my first blink and I'm right here and I wait a second to see like what the survivor does, but you only have like a very small window to react. But sometimes if you just go like this and you charge immediately, because sometimes you blink once and the survivor runs back into you, and if you're not holding your second blink, you can swing. So it's kind of a catch-22 because you kind of do want to charge your second blink immediately and react, but sometimes you don't.
Yeah. Conserving that second blink, I think, helped me.
The second blink should only be like a reaction blink.
Exactly. It's more.
The first one is all about positioning, and it's all about getting yourself in a spot where the second blink is close enough to follow up. Exactly. Another mistake you'll make is like you'll land a first blink right near the survivor, and you'll think like, oh, I can just hit them with this one blink, and you swing, but they just have enough speed or a sprint burst or something to, you just barely miss it. So in that case, you want to be patient, and you, even though you landed your first blink right on them, you might still want to use that second blink just as insurance to make sure that you are patiently getting that hit. Because if you're just too eager and you're like, oh, I'm right on, I'm just gonna swing, you'd be surprised at like how oftentimes you'll get juked, even if your first blink felt like it landed dead on. I mean, and then there's like, I want to say kind of like rules, but there's also times to break them. Like, you really don't want to go for bullet prediction blinks where you try to predict, like you're sniping someone, like cutting them off. You really don't want to do that, because there's a really good chance good survivors are going to double back, and you're just they're going to gain so much distance the other direction. But sometimes it's a good play to make. And a lot of it depends on reading the survivors. If they're just running straight and they're not looking back, it's pretty easy, because you know they're just going to keep running straight, usually, not always. But if they're looking back at you, they're waiting for you to blink, there's a good chance they're going to double back into you, or they're going to dead hard or something. I think a lot of it's reaction based.
Oh, definitely.
Which is very hard, because you have a small window, and when they FOV tech you, it's hard to even line your perspective back up.
Sometimes when they FOV tech, I just swing into it, and sometimes I get a free hit off it. It's like, wow. It's like, if I think they're FOVing me, I'll just swing into it. Even if I miss, it's like, okay, let me move on. But a lot of times I find that against good players, they're always trying to do that FOV thing, and it's like, nah.
Another problem I have is blinks getting like swallowed up into hit boxes and objects.
You have to learn the maps in order to counter that, though. There's no easy tip for dealing with that.
But sometimes, even though you know, like, okay, I can blink through this wall, but sometimes there's like an object, like a desk or a chair that you're not expecting, that has a hitbox there, and it's just blocking you, and you can't get through it.
Yep.
So you have to, other times you have to like raise your blink to aim it a little higher, and you get more distance. And if you aim your blink down slightly, you get less distance. So if someone double backs into you, if you quickly react and aim your blink down, you stop yourself from going far. But if you want a far blink, you got to kind of like aim your blink upwards and get the max distance, and try to know like where you're going to land it, that you're not going to land on a rock or an object, because it'll completely swallow your blink up and waste it. You'll think like, oh, I'm going to go really far with this blink, but because it's like the target location is on an object, you just go nowhere.